right, hi friends. I want to do a new thing in science. We finished up our communities booklet and social studies. We're going to change to science now, and I love this science unit. It's the unit on matter. And matter, I have this thing, it says in science, matter matters. All right, so matter is what everything is made up of. Okay, so everything is made of matter. So my scarf's made of matter, my jacket's made of matter, the tape dispenser's made of matter, my pen's made of matter, my water bottle's made of matter, the water inside my water bottle's made of matter. Everything is made up of matter. And so it's a really fun science unit. I really like to do this one. And now everything's made up of matter, but not everything's the same. But most things fall into three main groups of matter. Right, I'm going to turn it so you can see here. Most things fall into these three main groups: solids, liquid, and gas. Okay, so those are the three types of matter, or we call them states of matter. Not a state like Michigan, but those are called states of matter. So solid, liquid, and gas are the three states of matter. Things are made up, so everything's made of matter, and matter is, if you take these tiny little things, they're called atoms or molecules. Okay, and in a solid thing, like this tape dispenser, okay, in a solid thing, if all of the atoms or molecules in this are really close together, they're super close together. Okay, so that way, if I move it down onto my lap, or move it over here, or turn it this way, it still stays a tape dispenser. It doesn't change, right? It's solid. It stays this way. Now, I could change it if I broke it or something like this, but for the most part, it's going to stay this tape dispenser. So in a solid, all of the atoms or molecules are super close together, so it keeps its shape no matter where you move it. Okay, so if we could be in a room and if we could be close to each other, I would have you all get really tight together so your shoulders are touching and you're really close in, and then I'd have you try to move in different ways. So you could try this with your family if you want. So really close together, and then you try to move to different spaces, but you have to stay touching really close. And you're going to keep about the same shape when you do that, okay? But so that's in a solid, but in a liquid, it's different, okay? So in a liquid is something like the water inside here, or the hand sanitizer inside my hand sanitizer, okay? It flows, it can change. If I was going to open this up and pour it out, it would not stay the shape of this container, would it? It would flow out wherever I wanted it to go. It would go all over everything. So in a liquid, the molecules or atoms are spread out a little more. That's why it flows. That's why you can pour like orange juice or hot chocolate or milk. Things you could pour out, those would be liquids. Okay, so they're spread out. So if we could do this in our room, instead of being really close together like a solid, I'd say hold hands, but you can go like this. So you could spread out. You're still holding hands, you're still kind of together, but you could flow much more easily, right? Because you're in a liquid. That's what a liquid would be. Now the last one is gas. Now gas is very different. In a gas, the molecules and atoms are spread way out. In fact, they try to fill the whole room. So if we were here, I'd say you have to go out and you have to put your arms out and you can't be by anybody 6 feet apart, right? Kind of like what we are in quarantine, right? So you have to be way apart from each other and fill the whole room, but stay apart from each other. That's what it would be like if you're in a gas. All of the atoms and molecules they spread way out to fill the room. So those are our three things. Now a gas, and I just want to clarify, gas like this is not gas like you'd put in your car. Gas that you put in your car would actually be a liquid. It flows. That's short for gasoline. This kind of gas is talking about like the air around us, okay? The oxygen we breathe, the carbon dioxide that we exhale, that we blow out. The helium in a balloon, those are all gases, okay? They're things that just go and fill the room. Okay, so I have some pictures and I want you to try to help me figure out if it would be a solid, a liquid, or a gas. All right, so first one, cupcake. All right, think about the cupcake. If you set it on the table or you move it to the counter or you move it onto a plate, does it stay in the shape of a cupcake? Yeah, so it would be a solid, right? Okay, how about a river or the waterfall? What would the water be? It would be liquid, right? It can change. It doesn't stay one shape. It can flow. All right, how about milk? Where would that go? Solid, liquid, or gas? Liquid again, right? You can pour it out. It flows. How about ice cubes? I got it upside down. There, ice cubes. This is a little tricky, right? If it's an ice cube, if it stays cold, it's a solid, right? But the ice can easily melt and then it could become a liquid. And then, remember when we had our cups that we would collect the snow in and then they turned to water? And then what happened to that water that was in our cups? It evaporated, right? It turned into a gas, right? We watched that happen. That was pretty amazing. Okay, how about clouds in the sky? We know liquid rain comes down from them. Sometimes solid, like hail, can come down from them. But the clouds itself would be a gas because they try to fill the whole sky. How about steam from a chimney? Where would that fall? Is it solid? Would it stay that shape if it was in a different spot? Is it liquid? Does it flow? Or is it gas? Does it try to fill the whole air? It's a gas, right? So that fills out. In fact, it kind of tries to fill the whole sky until you can't even see it anymore. It just kind of disperses into everything else. And how about steam? So if we had water in the pot would be a solid. If we had water in the pot, it would be a liquid. But the steam coming up, the heat changes it from a liquid to a gas again. All right, great job on that. You did really well on those. Now, I have a paper for you to try at home. So it says matching matter. And so we have a row of solid, liquid, and gas. And then there's some pictures for you to cut out and glue. If it's a solid, you're going to glue it here. If it's a liquid, you're going to glue it by liquid. If it's a gas, glue it by gas. And then try to fill up the whole thing. All right, so let's go over what these are. All right, so we have the wind. Think about what that might be. That's like blowing air. We have a magnet. We have air, smoke, rain, a log, juice, ice, milk, water, steam, and a pumpkin. So cut those out and glue them in the right spots on here. If you want to, you can color it too. That always looks nice if you have time to do that. And then have your somebody upload that so that Mrs. Vanderkamp and I can see it. And then next time we'll do some really fun some experiments with some of these matter things.